So it's all about speed in today's sprint race then. Not very many laps and no chance to get ahead on strategy. Who here today has the raw skill to take them to the top? So let's examine the Jeddah Street circuit. As you can see, this has the potential to be a very challenging track for our young F2 drivers. We'll get a good chance to see which of them have been able to best capitalise on their time spent here in practice earlier this weekend. And like the other street circuits on the calendar, the lack of runoff is going to make sections of this track very punishing if the drivers get it wrong. Let's hope we avoid having to bring out the safety car this time around. And we welcome you to the Formula 2 commentary box. I'm Alex Jakes. Alongside me for this one is Mr. Alex Brundle. And we've got this format in Formula 2, Alex, where the top 10, they get reversed from qualifying to form our grid. So the mid-order in qualifying now become contenders for the win.
Well, you've got the grid reversed, giving some drivers who wouldn't normally get it the opportunity to take a win or a podium home. They're going to be looking to snatch that opportunity if at all possible.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down. Launch map is good, but we need to learn the gears. So go into each one when you can. We're going to need some work on the brakes, so put some energy into them and warm the tyres as well, please. Superb parking there, mate. Let's make sure we get the edge on the surrounding drivers as the lights go out. That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. Well done. Great manoeuvre. nicely. There's a long way to go in this race, so let's keep it clean. Try to stay with them. They might make a mistake. Final lap of the race, the final lap. Right, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
A super drive, a super win for Isaac Hadjar.
Well, whether you love or hate sprints in Formula 1, they definitely deliver. In Formula 2, lovely stuff. Great racing.
And as they make their way down to the podium, there's no denying the strength of the high-tech GP team. It was an incredible performance today, and they fully deserve to stand on the top step. And after all that excitement, I think it's time for a lie down. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you when Formula 2 returns. Greetings and welcome to Jeddah for what promises to be a thrilling Formula 2 race. So an interesting circuit, Jeddah. Like some other street circuits in the Formula 2 calendar, it's likely to present a formidable technical challenge with a number of challenging turns for our young drivers to master. Plus, it's a hot track, and that high temperature has some big implications for tyre performance that they'll need to keep in mind in order to secure a good result. As the engineers make their last inspection of the cars, let's take a look at today's grid order for the race. Turner lines up on pole position, with Ollie Behrman alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Martins, Pourchaire, J. Deruvala, Doohan, Novalak, Fittipaldi, Vesti, Isaac Hadjar, Cordial, Miney, Brad Benavides, Zane Maloney, and Vishaw, Owassa, Stanek, Dennis Hauger, Leclerc, Crawford, Boschong, and Roy Nissani completes the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track. It is the Formula 2 race. It is time to introduce you to Alex Brundle. I'm Alex Jakes, and we've got changeable weather out there today. That's making for some nervous team personnel down in the paddock, down in the pit lane.
There are going to be some quivering hands on the tyre guns, aren't there, when they tighten up what could easily be the wrong specification of tyre completely for the conditions. It's a gamble out there.
Okay, so let's go through all the gears if you can. We need to make sure the engagement is okay before the start. We're going to want to put some temperature into the tyres and brakes. We need to keep the engine cool. Okay, incredible parking there, nice one. That's going to give you the edge if you can keep an eye on the lights. The start sequence will begin as soon as the grid is formed. Be ready with the clutch. Approaching the pit window and you're going to be on mediums. Okay, we've lost a position, that's us down a place. track's just made a... Okay, forget the targets for now. We've got to focus on the pit stop. Okay, let's go now. Come on. Perfect job from you and the crew there, mate. We're delighted with that. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. Okay, we've got a full course caution. The safety car's out. Keep an eye on the delta. We need to keep it positive to avoid moment. Stand by. That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. Well done. Okay, you've just started the final lap of the race.
Nice one. Very lovely drive. On to the next one.
Have you seen one quite as dominant as that, Jakesy? Not sure I have. They led every single lap of that one, lights to flag.
And it's time now for the podium celebrations, and how well deserved is this one? This is a team all about giving talented young drivers an opportunity to race and to win. Van Amersfoort are your winners here today. It was great having you with us for this weekend. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. We'll see you when Formula 2 returns.